somebody just asked me what is pitching, right? And pitching is nothing but presenting your idea in the simplest form possible. All right. And now there are three main things. I just want you all to remember three main things which are important in pitching. Can anybody take a guess? It's already on the chat, actually. I think it was already WhatsApp to you guys. Yes. Yes, Anaya, tell me.
To be confident.
All right. That's awesome. Anybody else wants to guess what is important for pitching your idea? Confidence comes only when you're thoroughly prepared, right? When you know your subject, when you know your content. So Anaya, thank you for that. Anybody else? Why? What are the key ingredients of pitching? Oh, great, Anjali. You love finance. Yes, economics is my favorite subject too. All right. So, there are three main things. If anything that you remember after you leave this session, remember three things. All right. Number one, when you're pitching, always remember to state the problem. What is the problem that you're solving? And it cannot be a global problem. You can't say, hey, the climate, it's so hot and I want to solve global warming. But what in global warming? Because the global warming in India is very different from global warming in Australia and in the US. So geographically, it may be different. It can have different kinds of consequences. So we need to be extremely specific about what is the problem that we are solving. And I'm sure all of you have chosen your specific problems, right? And you guys have figured out and narrowed down what is the one single issue that you will be addressing. Is that a yes? Just show me a thumbs up on the screen. Yeah. So we get this point really, really clearly that the first thing that we need to do is state the problem very, very specifically. All right. Secondly, we need to figure out that why is this problem important? Is it only my problem or is it a problem at large? Am I the only one who's feeling hot? Is everybody else also feeling hot? Are you understanding? Is the global warming affecting everybody else? Or is it only my issue? So let me give you a very silly example. Okay. So if I don't like this particular girl in my class because she keeps irritating me all the time, is it only my problem or is it causing nuisance to everybody around her? Does everybody have an issue with her? Right? So that is how, very simply put, we are trying to say that the problem should be relevant. Just because you had a fight with her doesn't mean she's a nuisance value to everybody. Yeah. So similarly, whenever we speak about a problem, we should see whether it is relevant, whether there is a market for that problem or not. Yeah. Do we get that one? Any questions on that one? Yeah. Can I have a thumbs up or a thumbs down? If you've understood, thumbs up. Okay. Awesome. And the third thing, and the most important thing, is the solution, because of which all you amazing minds have come together and you guys are trying to solve a problem, right? Now, the solution is very important. And why is that important? Because you're trying to solve something which nobody has successfully probably solved before till now, correct? So your solution has to be relevant, it has to be workable, and it has to be something which nobody really has done before. And even if somebody has done before, there has to be a certain uniqueness about your solution. Have you guys found out, have you guys done market research? Have you guys found out if there is a unique solution to your problem? Is your solution unique, or have you just copy pasted it from Google? Sometimes even I do that. When I don't have time and when I'm not sure and I'm feeling lazy, I just copy paste from Google if I have to make a presentation, but that doesn't work. So have you guys, yes, Anjali?
Google, even if I wanted to, Google has never given me a straight answer.
Very good, Anjali. Yeah, it can only give you certain information to help you build a solution, but it can't give you a solution, right? It is a great platform to give you data, to help you research things, correct? Thank you, Anjali, for that. So, so very simple. Pitching is very simple. Just three things: problem, relevance, and solution. Did we get that? Yeah? Yes? Thumbs up? Okay.
Yeah.
I have a form which is there. Now, it sounds very easy. You are like, okay, just for these three things, am I attending a half an hour session? Am I doing this 5-day hackathon? The thing is that these are the broad three things that we need to keep in mind. And under each of these key components, I have given you guys certain questions. If you answer those questions, you will probably get very, very concrete solutions to your own questions. You will get very, very clear answers. Yeah. So for example, now, when we talk about the problem, if you look at the sheet that I have given you, what is the problem or the opportunity? Who is getting affected, right? So whatever your problem areas are, we need to first figure out that who's getting affected by this problem. Is it just me or is it the world at large? Even if it is the world at large, which parts of the world? Correct? So for example, if the Wi-Fi in my house goes off, it will really affect everybody in my house right now because we are all on a virtual platform and all our work is happening out of home and Wi-Fi has become extremely important. But to a farmer who's sitting in, say, Rajasthan, who has no idea about Wi-Fi, who's at the farm, who's doing agriculture, he probably will not even get affected if whether he has Wi-Fi or not. So yes, Wi-Fi is an important problem, but it might be relevant for some people. It might not be relevant for certain other people. So you need to define who these people are who are getting affected by this problem. Is that clear? Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, awesome. So very clearly define what is the problem, who is getting affected by the problem, and what is unique about the problem. Why has that problem not been solved yet? So these are the questions. If you try and answer these questions, it will be much easier for you guys to come up with a solution. Yeah. All right. Now let's go to the relevance. Like we've spoken earlier, why is this problem important and how does it help us achieve this goal and objective? Do you know, guys, if you're not passionate about something, if you really don't want to solve a problem, and just because your teacher has given you homework, you'll do it because you have to do it and you just want to avoid getting scolded by your mom and your teacher. But if who loves reading books? Maybe Harry Potter. Just, oh my God, so many of you, yeah. Now, even if your mama didn't tell you that, okay, now go and watch a Harry Potter movie, would you still go and watch it if you're a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah.
Even if mama told you, or even if the teacher, if imagine if that was the subject in your class and you were graded on that, would you be excited about going and reading about it just for marks?
A plus.
You would get A plus. Yeah. Why? Because you like and you enjoy reading about Harry Potter. So when you are trying to solve a problem, it should be relevant to you. You should be passionate about it. You should want to solve that issue. Only then you'll come up with the best solution. Otherwise, you'll never give your heart and soul to it. Right? Correct? What do you think? Agree or disagree? Yay. See, Ria's smart. She already know that she needs to put a thumbs up. Oh, awesome. Correct. So it should be very relevant and you should be very passionate about solving that issue. And you'll find it very easy to, suddenly the box in your brain will open up and there'll be ideas flying all over the place. You will know so many things, like probably just exactly how J.K. Rowling thought of such crazy things which we never thought of in Harry Potter, correct? So similarly, find a unique, the only way you can find a very simple solution and a very amazing solution is if you are very passionate about solving that problem, correct? And the third thing is the solution itself. I would recommend that when you're trying to solve the problem, keep it simple. I understand that all of you are like really smart people and you might think about blockchain and you might think about like really some big fancy terms which my kids sometimes use just to throw me off and I don't understand, but then I quickly Google it and I know that they're fooling me. So just keep it very simple so that everybody can understand, or not just smart people like you. Okay, so keep the solution very simple. Are you guys planning to make a prototype of your solution? Yeah,
We made our solution. We made it.
You made the solution already, but
not just a prototype.
You made the solution itself. Amazing.
Yes.
So it's a tangible product, or is it an app, or what is it?
A bunch, like at least there are like a few apps and stuff. We'll just collate. Yes.
Hire you for my issues. I'm really looking for a great app developer. So
I'm not that experienced with apps, but with the help of my teammates, I was able to create it.
That is brilliant. You guys are what, 12, 13?
And also one of our teammates are actually doing a very nice app. I just saw it.
Amazing. That sounds like super. You guys are at it.
Ma'am, I'm from the same group and now I have a question. Yes. The thing is that since we have a bunch of solutions, like we have a chatbot and then we have 2 apps and then we have certain ideas that we would want to put in. So how do we go on to present this?
That's a very good question. Now, what you guys need to do is probably simulate these ideas to a bunch of people who who you don't even know. Probably people from the building, or probably people that you sort of, so take two groups. Okay, what I would do is I would take two groups of people who I sort of know and I are credible, they are experts in their field, and people who probably are random and I don't know them at all. Present these multiple ideas to them. The one that is easiest for them to understand is the one that you should present, because no matter how amazing your idea is, if it is not executed simply and if it is not understood by people in general, it is very hard to implement that idea, because people will not be able to get it like you get it, but others, it should be appealing to everyone, and it should actually solve a problem at a larger level, which means it has to be a very simple ground level idea. And always remember one thing, that ideas are infinite. What will be most important is which is the one which is most executable, because we all have like a million ideas, but the one which actually can be implementable is the strongest idea. So you all should take a vote. If you guys differ, if you guys have ideas, focus on one idea and do it really well. That would be my advice. Does that solve your query, Sheeta?
Yeah, but now the thing is that one of our teammates have made one app, and then another one has made the another app, and then we have one other teammate who is working on a chatbot.
Okay.
So now we cannot be excluding any of the ideas. I mean, they are all have done it individually, and yeah.
You know, when you talk about a team, it is never about individual effort. It is always about what's best for the team, and that is the team spirit. And always remember that. And whatever ideas you individuals have created, it is amazing that you can probably, you all have amazing minds. You'll have got together and culminated this idea. You can keep focusing, working more on it individually, and maybe next year come back in hackathon, or maybe do something more about it and make it like something bigger and larger than life in an individual capacity. But for this purpose, for the hackathon purpose here, I would suggest that take the best idea out of those three ideas. It is not about leaving anybody behind. It is about team spirit, and it is about getting the best idea forward for the team. Because sometimes what happens is that you only have 3 minutes to pitch your idea. And if there is no clarity and people are like, why are you giving me 3 solutions? Which means you're not convinced about one solution also. You're so confused about the solution that you're not even coming up with the best solution. So may the best solution win. That would be my suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am. And the thing is that like we all are giving almost the same solution. It's just a different prototypes for the same solution.
So you guys have some hours today. I would say that present those 3 different prototypes to different category of people and let them vote. And don't be egoistic about it. It's absolutely fine if my idea is not, got the maximum votes. It's perfect. But the team has done a great job, and I'm sure you guys have all contributed equally to the team. That idea didn't come in one person's mind. It came through some trigger. It came through some discussion and questions. So it's absolutely fine. Yeah, that is what I would say. Anybody else is getting some ideas? Any questions?
No, not yet.
All right. So I have a suggestion, and if you guys are okay with it, yes, Yavde. Hi.
Hi. I wanted to ask, like, what's like how do we present our idea in 3 minutes and present our AI? Like, we want to like present it so like they get to see our PPT and they get to see our AI. Like, it's efficient.
That is that is amazing. So now what I would do is I would focus. Stating the problem has to be 30 seconds. That is how I would go about it. So stating the problem, the specific problem, 30 seconds, and I would give the relevance another 30 seconds, and then the solution another 30 seconds, and go and present your AI in 1.5 minutes. That is how I would do if I was doing a 3-minute presentation.
Yeah.
But guys, always remember, the one thing that I want you all to do, not just today, but every single time that you have an idea which you are really passionate about, is there is something called the elevator pitch. Have you guys heard about the elevator pitch? Anybody?
No. Heard of it, but I don't know about it.
You don't know what is it? Okay, so imagine if you were in the elevator with the CEO of this big company. So for example, who's your favorite CEO? Give me one name. Your dream CEO. Sorry?
I'll think one.
Okay, I didn't get that. But say you were in the elevator with Jeff Bezos, okay, the CEO of say Amazon, and you had the idea to pitch him your idea, and he could, if you just had, and how much time do you generally take from a ground floor to say?
One CEO I'd like. I know one CEO.
Okay, all right. So anybody influential or anybody who can probably fund your idea, who can make your idea bigger, who can help you mentor. So if you just had 1 minute to explain that idea to him, what would you say? Now, this is an exercise which I want you guys to do every single time you have an idea which you're passionate about, and not just today. So you should be able to, that is the heart and soul and the crux of your idea. That is the elevator pitch. So if you were in the elevator with your favorite CEO who could help you for just 1 minute, what would you tell him? Will you say, hi, how's the weather? How are you doing? No, you will come straight to the point and you will say that, you know what? I have this brilliant idea. I think I want to make this fitness app. People are not internally motivated. I want to do face off and I want them to buddy up so that next time when you keep a promise of working out 5 times a week, you should be able to do that. That's like 11 seconds. I finished my pitch, but at least I've got his attention, probably. So whatever will get you his attention is what you need to say. All right. So let's do this. If you guys are game, I can probably give you guys maybe 5 minutes. You all come back here with a 1 minute pitch. You all are 5 teams here, correct? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So whatever your ideas are, I want you to make a 1 minute pitch. You can nominate one person from your team who will come and make that pitch right now. And then what I can do is I can help you with how could be better that pitch, if at all, or how was the pitch. Does that sound like a good idea to you?
Sure.
It might help you right tomorrow when you are making the presentation in front of the judges. Can we do this?
Sure.
Are we excited? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, I only see an IAS thumbs up. Yes. Come on, guys. So let's go to the breakout room. You have 5 minutes. Come back to me with a 1 minute pitch. Thanks, Simone. Supriya, do they go to their Discord and they? You're on mute. Yeah.
You're all on Discord, right? So quickly discuss with your group mates, teammates, and come back here.
But we'll be on the Zoom.
Yeah, stay on the Zoom. Don't get out of the Zoom.
I can't be on two calls at the same time.
You can't be on to mute it.
Yeah, it won't.
So it's 3:22. Should we? Oh, it's 3:21 on my clock. So can we come back at 3:26? Does that work? We do
Miss,
1 minute pitch. Yes, darling. Yes, Ariana.
Miss, two of our teammates are actually in the other. What do you say?
Doesn't matter. You guys practice.
Okay, you do it. Whoever else, the remaining 3.
Don't get them out.
Anya, can you mute? Can you mute?
I am right here. If you all have any questions in the meanwhile, you all can just ask me that question. I'll be here to answer.
I'm gonna leave this room because I can't be on two calls.
No problem, Anya. Come back in 5. Are they all discussing with their group members?
That was fun, huh, Shilpa?
You think so?
100%. 100%.
I wanted to just keep it very simple.
No, but that was absolutely clear. And Avi.
Wait.
Guys, are we all ready? Are the teams back?
Yeah.
1 minute.
Anya.
I couldn't hear. Somebody was trying to tell me something and it was echoing, so I'm not sure if I got it. Start?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get these kids back in. Kids, all of you want to come back in? Who's going first?
Yeah.
Team 3, Hriday is going to be presenting.
Awesome. So should I start your time now, Hriday? Hriday, can I see you? Can you switch on your video? Thank you, Hriday. So I'm starting your timer now. I'm going to keep the timer. I'm going to keep taking notes so that I can help you fill in any gaps if there is. I'm going to tell you your strengths and we're going to work on bettering your pitch, if at all. Yeah? Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3, go.
The sustainable development goal our group decided to tackle was climate action, as we feel it's one of the most important ones we need to work on. We felt that the garbage releases a lot of methane in the air, and that's really harmful for the environment. Also, right now, the way waste is being segregated, it's a really slow process and it's not too effective at all. So, we are planning to make a robot which segregates waste into recyclable waste, non recyclable waste, and wet waste. The recyclable waste would be recycled, whereas the non recyclable waste would be turned into eco bricks and the wet waste would be turned into compost. We feel that a solution like this would reduce the time disastrously of segregating waste, make it more efficient, and reduce the methane emissions in the reduce the methane in the environment.
Hriday, you were brilliant. I think you stated the problem very clearly. It was very niche. The solution was also very, very clear in your head. So you guys came out as somebody who had acute clarity of what you wanted to do. However, I know the time was little less, but I still don't know how are you planning to do it. So we could not cover that part, right, Hriday?
Yes.
Yes. So I really don't know. So I understand the problem and I understand the approach to the solution, but I'm really not sure. There is something called the MVP. Have you guys heard of MVP, the minimum viable product? Are you guys familiar with this term MVP? I'm going to quickly tell you what MVP means. So whenever you're making your prototype or the solution, the concrete prototype of your solution, make something which at least will get you guys started. That is the minimum product that you need to get your solution in action. That is what MVP means. Yeah. So Hriday, group, you guys were fab in stating the problem. The relevance was amazing. Solution was great, but I couldn't get to hear your thing. So your pitch has to be very, very, so the elevator pitch missed that bit. I wish I could hear that. But otherwise you guys were fab. Thank you, Hriday. But can you quickly tell me that what was the solution? What was your MVP? Have you guys designed something?
Yeah. We've designed a robot and have a code to segregate the waste.
So you already have designed a robot.
We have a rough design. We still need to work on it.
You're still working on it. Okay. Okay, great. I can take questions later after all the 5 teams have presented, if you guys have any. Yeah. Okay. Which team is going next?
Teammate can
Team 7? Sorry, teammate? All
Yeah.
right, let's go, teammate. Avyay. Avyay, yes, I can see you. I'm starting your timer. Your time starts now.
Hi, I'm Avya from Teammate. Basically, we are thinking to tackle the SDG of quality education because in India it's a really poor country and not many people go to the best schools. So we decided we'll take info based on facts. This is mainly based on facts. So we will take info and we will we will recommend people who don't have much idea of the like of which school to send their child. So that's basically our idea, and we're basically going to present it in the form of a chatbot, and users can use this by going to a center, and in the center there will be like computers and people that will be like telling the parents which school is the best in their area.
All right. Thank you, Abhay. Abhay, thank you for presenting. I'll just quickly summarize what I understood, that you guys were helping people identify in India which school is the perfect match for their children.
Yeah.
And the way you were wanting to do this is by opening centers where the children physically had to go take probably a test, a chatbot test.
No. Basically, it's for no money, and the people out in the center will just tell them all the facts, and it will automate a review.
So, how, if you don't charge, how are you going to then? This solution might not be practical, correct? Because if you have to incur cost for hiring people, for hiring the place,
yeah.
Correct. So, so I understand the problem that the people. Do you really think this is a big problem, Abhay?
Yes, it is a big problem, because then some people who don't get good education, they can become someone like better. If somebody doesn't get good education and they don't get a good job, but some people, if they get like a good education, they can make something out of their life. I'm not saying that other people can't, but they can like invent new stuff and all.
Okay, Abhay, so listen, so education is important. I completely buy your point, but the problem that you're trying to solve here is how to map the right school to the child. Is that the correct problem? Have I stated the problem correctly based on your pitch?
Yeah.
Right? So we are not talking about education in general here. We are talking about mapping the school to the child. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes. And how are we doing it? We are doing it by opening centers.
Yeah.
When you go, people will give you certain facts and help you decide which child should go to which school. And you're not going to charge them anything.
Yeah.
But that is not a practical solution. Do you think it's a practical solution? Who's going to pay for it?
Okay.
For opening those centers, for having those centers, because you'll have to pay the rent, you'll have to pay the electricity thing, you'll have to staff them, people will have to come and go. So I really want, I mean, I understand the problem, but probably you might want to work a little more on this. What do you think, Abhay?
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just trying to better you guys for your pitch tomorrow, because I know you guys are fab and I want you all to go and put your best foot forward. So maybe today your team should meet and
we are. Like I technically made that on the spot because we didn't have much time. Like we're mostly gonna do it for 2 hours. Like keep on working on it.
Yeah. So the minute you define the problem clearly, see the solution becomes easier, and always think of the practicality, because giving everything free might not be a good solution.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Which team goes next now? Okay, team 7. Go, Ria. 1 second. Your time starts. Can you see the clock? Your time starts now.
We're trying to tackle the SDG climate action. It's important to solve this problem, because if we don't do it, then it will rupture the human economy. If we start now, we can save millions of jobs, lives, and much more. Climate action means efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and the carbon footprint, which is exactly what we'll be doing through our idea. Our idea is to make an app for tracking the carbon footprint. It will basically have tabs, and each tab will have pictures. When you open the tab, you will be able to see how much you have left, how much percentage you have left to use in that particular resource, which contributes to your carbon footprint.
All right. That was like a very quick pitch. So I'm going to state your problem. The problem is that there is a lot of carbon emission, which you guys, and what you are trying to do is make people aware through an app. Correct, Ria? Now, what I did not understand is that which resource are you talking about? You said that what percentage of carbon emission is left in that resource. Can you give me a little more clarity on that?
Yeah, so say for example, so we'll have about 4 major tabs. One of them will be transport. So say for example, you've used your transport for about 3 hours a day. So this much of your footprint will be used up, and so you have only this much left to use for that particular day.
So you are predefining what is the amount that is the most practical to use, and then let people keep a tab on that. Have I got that correct, Ria?
Yeah. So after getting information from them through a quiz, we will just, give them that. Yeah.
So that the carbon emission from them is very, very controlled. Correct, Ria? Okay. So the problem is niche. What you're trying to solve is that you're trying to create awareness amongst individuals and make them responsible for how much carbon are they emitting on a daily basis, right? And this is what you want to do. But how are you going to convince them to download this and keep a tab? I mean, a lot of people are not bothered. Do you think that's a bigger problem? They don't feel responsible?
Yeah, no, so our app, I forgot to mention this, but our app is like a community-based thing. So it's like, you know how in Discord you have those levels and you keep on leveling up? The same way you keep on doing it from here, from this app. And so that way you not only get motivated, but yeah.
So you want to build a community so that there is some kind of accountability amongst people to be responsible for their carbon emission. Yeah. Okay, so I get it. And you did use 45 seconds, but I just want you guys to work on defining your problem area a little more clearly. And you have the prototype of the solution ready, like the 4 tabs and the app is already ready. It is ready. Okay. So if you want, guys, I can leave my email address. If you all want any discussion or if you all want any kind of feedback on anything, please feel free to write to me and I'll respond to you immediately. Yeah. So if you guys like maybe after until you make your final pitching to your judges until tomorrow, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to leave my email address. Yeah. All right. Which team is next now?
Team 9.
Okay, team 9, who's presenting?
We've split it 2 ways. Is that okay?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
So Anaya is going first, right?
Yes.
Okay, Anaya, your team's time starts now.
Hi everyone, and we have chosen to work on an SDG that each of us are passionate about, gender equality. Even in 2021, sexism is a huge problem that we find weaved into every aspect of our society, leading to either subconscious or active gender biases. As a team, we seek to eradicate these gender biases by evoking self-realization in our users. For our research, our team conducted a survey with school-going children to inquire about the prevalence of gender bias in the life of the youngest generation. We found that a large percent of students have witnessed gender biases at home and in their schools, which will undeniably shape their thinking in the future. We then continued our research by finding statistics on the internet, which gave us a solid insight into the real-world solution and the severity of the problem. We found the real-world consequences of practicing gender bias in schools and homes, and therefore passing on these societal prejudices into young boys and girls.
We propose an interface for schools, students, and parents alike. It includes a gender-wise scorecard for these schools, which ranks schools on their gender inclusivity and can help parents decide to send their children to schools that promote equality and ensures a bright future for their children. Additionally, the interface includes a chatbot to help users ask questions about gender biases in school, as well help them reach self-realization by pointing out gender bias vocabulary or phrases. This also encourages everyone to be mindful on their subconscious biases. This chatbot also includes authorities that could help with violence that could be faced at home, workplaces, or anywhere else. This also gives solutions to gender-biased issues that people face on a daily basis. Lastly, we will use an RSS feed that keeps the users updated on a real-world news relevant to the chosen SDG goal. We believe that all these tools combined will help our users reach self-realization and awareness, which is the best part to change.
All right, guys, you took more than 2 minutes to do this, which is fine. But I just want to tell you that I know that gender, what I understood is your problem is you want to really reduce the gap between two genders in terms of their relevance, right? So, and the way you're tackling it is through school. So you are, because that's the easiest, it's already institutionalized. So it's the easiest way to get into school and ask them to give their feedback on a gender equality, which might be very relevant in more, not so much in urban areas, because a lot of schools are already doing it, but maybe more rural areas where the kids have the ability to talk about it. And then you guys also spoke about that you guys have a chatbot where there are authorities where you can directly report violence, correct?
Yeah.
Now, these are two completely different problems. So are we looking at violence to women, or so within gender inequality, are we specifically looking at violence?
Actually, the thing is, because when we tested the chatbot, we tried to get these 5 things. One second, I'll just point that out. So basically, we have domestic responsibilities, discrimination against the opposite gender, violence, and equal rights. So these are the 4 things under the SDG targets that I researched on, and we want to cover more of it. But I think violence is a very big thing within India and many other countries, not just pointing out India. But I think it's a very big topic within the country, and I would really love to focus on that. So we tried to focus on all 5 of them, but we pointed out violence because that is one of the main concerns in the daily news and stuff.
You know, when you try and solve a problem, it's always a good idea to solve one specific problem first. If that's successful, it's very easy to branch out to other problems, is my suggestion. Because then you just, so for example, if you're looking at violence specifically, where you say that, hey, there is this app where at a press of a button, it automatically connects you to the authority which will take care of domestic violence. And there is psychologically a huge amount of safety in the mind of a woman or a girl or a lady or whatever, like they feel safer. If that is what you want to do, like maybe make it a part of your smartphone, make it a part of, just like a click of a button. I understand that there is a good solution, but how many people really fill in an everyday survey? I can tell you that my kids go to American school, and every single morning every day they go to school, we have to fill out a survey that they don't have COVID. Trust me, it's a pain. Sometimes, I forget. Sometimes, it's not a very pleasant experience for me. I have to do it because I have to do it, but because the school won't allow my kids inside if I don't do it. So I have to do it. But for somebody, I wonder how many people will really sit and do it unless they are getting domestically abused or they're getting abused otherwise. So I just want you guys to think about what exactly is it that you want to do and how simply can you get it done. These are just thoughts. I'm just giving you food for thought. But be very specific about your problem, like I said, and how relevant it is for people in general, and how could you simply, very, very simply solve it. Yeah, you guys have done a great job, but I just want you guys to narrow it down a little.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah. Okay, I think we have one more group left.
Miss, I think it's team 4 now.
All right. Okay, Arush, you want to go ahead?
Okay.
1 second. Start your timer. Arush, it's nicer if I see you.
Okay, yes. Can you see?
All right. Your time starts now.
Okay. So accomplishing zero hunger is the need of the hour. The need to increase food production to feed the ever-rising global population has continued to put pressures on farmer and agriculture food organizations on the need to increase efficiency and sustainability at the same time. The issue of efficiency in agriculture can be easily tackled by increasing crop yields. The amount of output that can be produced within a given amount of fixed resources like land and time dictates how efficient and reliable a farmer is. In our current economy and our contemporary world, doing things in an efficient manner is more important than ever. And for farmers to adjust to this contemporary world, they need to maximize their space and land that they cultivate. So, how will we achieve this? How is this possible? Now, our deep learning model, based on environmental factors ranging from phosphorus content in the soil to humidity in the air, recommends the crops that will produce the best yield to the farmers. The model has been trained with over 200 records of data and has an accuracy of over 99%. This simplified model has an extremely interactive graphical user interface, which can be used easily and efficiently by all, regardless of their comfort level with technology. Now, thanks to this model, farmers will not only be able to maximize their yield, but also minimize their costs and pave a path towards achieving zero hunger for all.
This was really good, Arush, because the problem was very specific. You wanted farmers to be very aware of which crop can be grown at what point in time, right? With the phosphorus content and fertility of the soil. And so you put in all that data and it throws up which is the best seed to sow. Have I got the problem? I'm going to drop my email address here. My email address is shilpakbhagat@gmail.com. If you guys want to make a note of it. If you want to write to me anything, or if you even want to send me your pitch and give you feedback, I'm happy to do that. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And Supriya, do we need to wind up now?
Yeah, so Priyanti isn't here, but yes, we do need to wind up. I just wanted to thank you for the very insightful session and for the personalized feedback you've given to every team. I'm sure this has been really helpful for them all, and we're really, really lucky to have had you today. So thank you so much for taking our time to be here with us.
Thank you so much. I just want to quickly wrap up by saying that you guys are amazing. You guys are on the right track. Most of you know what is it that you want to solve. All you need to now do is just cut off the shaft, take out the chaos, just find very, very clear melody in the problem that you're trying to solve. Yeah, I'm going to put in the email, but well done, guys. But just little bit of more hard work and you will get there. And don't stop even after hackathon goes. Maybe try and do more. But remember, one very important thing is be very, very simple. Whatever you do, simplicity is the key. Simplicity in thought, simplicity in execution, simplicity in communication, and you will be fine. The more you simplify things, it should be understandable by anybody. Anybody who listens to you, whether or not they're from tech background or not, they should be able to understand what is it that you're trying to solve, how are you going about solving it, and how easy it is to solve it. Yeah, that is the key to success. I had a great time interacting with all of you. Thank you and appreciate your time and attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
I'm just going to send in my email address. Bye, everyone. Take care. Have a great tomorrow.
Thank you.